This is the XP Podcast.
Expendable Potential.
XP Podcast. Okay, so I've on a rumor mill. It's not really a rumor, really. I don't know what's real and what's not really, because, you know, in this day and age, it's like, ooh, you don't know what to believe in the sport of professional wrestling, sports entertainment, you know. But it says here, well, I'm not really reading anything. Vince McMahon don't know what to do pertaining to Royal Rumble. Now, the Royal Rumble is one of my favorite pay-per-views that I've ever watched. I like the spontaneity of it, you know. You clothesline a wrestler off the top rope. He falls to the ground in 10 seconds commencing. Then another random person comes out and take his spot, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking Royal Rumble, like a Battle Royal, elimination style, whatever. One of my favorite pay-per-views of all time, because it sets up for WrestleMania. Now, Vince McMahon, on the other hand, is not sure what to build his WrestleMania card. He's ever since Roman Reigns is gone, he left because of leukemia. That was his golden boy. He was going to set up the Royal Rumble of Roman. I think he was going to set the Royal Rumble. He was the champion, so I don't know why you want to set that shit up to center Roman Reigns around it. I mean, since Roman Reigns left, everything's been haywire. That's what I'm generally trying to say, even though it sounds like I'm rambling. I am rambling, but still, he don't know what to do. Vince McMahon honestly don't know what to do, and it kind of worries me, because this is the first time I've ever heard of Vince McMahon being indecisive on a pay-per-view in a real long time. Probably not never. I think he have sensed this behavior in him once, but it's been like a long time since he have ever acted like this. You know, saw an article on Google. The Vince McMahon is not really happy with the format. He got a lot of talented wrestlers that want to break free from the mediocrity, but Vince McMahon's choice is not there. You got AJ Styles. AJ Styles can win the Royal Rumble, since he lost it. But I hear they want AJ Styles to be the new face of Raw. That's what JD from New York was saying on his YouTube channel. And I was like, okay, I could actually see that. But that match between AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar, that was kind of iffy a little bit. I didn't really like it that much because I knew AJ Styles was going to lose. That's why I didn't like it. I don't know. It was a good match, but Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar looked awesome, because then you had a person that was like set up on Brock Lesnar's level a little bit. You said he held his own. I'm talking about Samoa Joe when he was wrestling Brock Lesnar, but I don't know. But I think AJ Styles should be set up to win the men's Royal Rumble. The women's Royal Rumble, it could be either Becky Lynch or Charlotte. Now, it would make sense if Charlotte could win the women's Royal Rumble, because that could be like the comeback match at WrestleMania. But Charlotte won that match. Or you could have Charlotte and Asuka to fight at WrestleMania. Charlotte wins the Women's Royal Rumble so she can battle Asuka at WrestleMania, and then Asuka can defeat her at WrestleMania to give Asuka her little WrestleMania win with the title. You can do that, but that's pretty. Here's the word I'm looking for. Predictable. That's pretty predictable. Or you can do, which is the popular one, which I want to see. I want to see Becky Lynch win the Royal Rumble so she can move on from SmackDown and contest Ronda Rousey with the Raw Women's title. She can move from SmackDown to Raw. But after seeing what Raw is now, I have no clue what to do or say about that match either. Like Vince McMahon. Raw is in a troubling state where they don't care about what's being put on their show, really. Now, I know that didn't sound good, but this is roll with it. I stopped watching because it's 3 hours of bullshit. Even Taz said that shit. Well, I listened to his podcast, and he still watches because I believe he still have to review the show. But I stopped because it's a certain of the things that goes on that show don't make sense. feels. It feels rushed, like rush storylines, rush pushing of the performers. That 3-hour time frame is not helping. You know, it's not easy. It's not easily to digest anymore. Unlike SmackDown or even hell, NXT is only 1 hour, and I don't know what Triple H is doing on that show, but obviously it's working, and I just can't really, I don't know where's the disconnect. I do know what the disconnect, because it's all about who running the show. But how come NXT can't transverse onto the main roster? You know, how come the NXT performers can't really transfer their talents and what they can do to the main roster? I can tell you that Vince McMahon, I don't think Vince McMahon watches NXT. That's why there's a disconnect. He don't know what to do with these NXT performers, so they got them lost in the shuffle. And plus, Triple H created Team 61 or whatever that fucking, you know, he created NXT to what it is today. That's a Triple H creation. For a Triple H creation to come over to the main roster, either Raw or SmackDown, Vince loves his own creation because it makes sense to him. He created it. It makes sense. If Triple H does, it don't make sense. So, oh damn, pal, just sit there on the stool or whatever. I was trying to do Vince McMahon. I don't know. And that's exactly what they've been doing. They be sitting on that fucking stool waiting for their turn, and 4 years passing by. Like Tyler Breeze. I don't think it has been 4 years though, but still, it's like when Tyler Breeze was something, man. This egotistical model. I don't think he was trying to impersonate Shawn Michaels. I think Tyler Breeze was doing Tyler Breeze. He was doing like a Zoolander thing, a model type character. You know, walking around with selfie sticks looking at himself. You know, this egotistical character model. He was something, but then he goes to the main roster and he getting paired with Drew Dango. What's his name? Fandango with the Fast and Police. That act is corny as shit. I don't like that. Sasha Banks and Bayley is one thing that I'm kind of pissed off, because Sasha Banks was a heel. She works better as a heel. Bayley, when she was in NXT, she was doing everything behind the scenes. She was like the female version of John Cena. I'm glad that she's not. But still, she was the hugger. She was like, I love you. She was like Barney. You know, I love you. You love me. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But she was a good wrestler though. A wrestler, not sports entertainer. She was a good wrestler. Sasha Banks is a good wrestler, you know. But Sasha Banks needs to be healed. That's how that character can work. She's a self-proclaimed boss of that ring. Walking to that ring, proving that she is. But she's best friends. That's Bayley's BFF. But I think, I don't know what I think about that shit. They say trying to package her with Bayley to be the women's tag team champions. How the fuck they gonna do that shit? Whereas you have, I think JD brought this up. I love his podcast, and I keep bringing him up. But he said, which I absolutely agree over, the tag team champions, women's and the men's, alright, needs to be co-inhabitated. It needs to be brought together as one. These tag teams can compete on both shows. You know, they need to combine the Raw women's tag and the SmackDown women's tag, you know, like the men's and the women's really, and then they need to combine them together, especially the singles. Well, not the Intercontinental in the US, but like the world tag the world titles. You're the big champion. Have that black championship belt, not the red one, because the Universal Championship is not worth shit. Have the Daniel Bryan champion should represent both shows. It's hard enough to factor in 2 titles for each shows, and like one's is lost in the sauce because Brock Lesnar is holding that championship. Have Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan compete, one champion, 2 shows, and of course have the mid card championship should stay there. I don't know. That seems logical because I don't know. To me, it don't make sense having the mid card compete on both shows. I think you keep the mid card titles exactly where they are. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But with the Royal Rumble, I'm going back. I go off tangents sometimes. The Royal Rumble needs to be fixed. He's take his head out of his ass and says, okay, Seth Rollins need to win the men's Royal Rumble and have Becky Lynch win the female Royal Rumble. That's it. But how about the other matches though? Championship matches, whatever. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I hope they do it soon. They need to do it soon. Oh man, that says like bonkers to me. Vince McMahon's having an indecisive moment there. How he could build Royal Rumble so he can set up with WrestleMania. Because I know that Vince McMahon, he plans everything out like a year ahead. I think I'm saying that sentence right. Now Roman Reigns is gone. It's like oh shit, what are we gonna do? That's how you shouldn't build your company based on one fucking person. For shit happens like this, it's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I'm through talking about wrestling. Unless something comes up, it's going. The second segment of this show will probably be more wrestling. I don't know. But anyway, that's I don't know. I have nothing to say on the moment. Oh shit. Okay, so another one to expedite. Is that, I'm using the right word for that sentence? Expedite. What expedite mean? I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking at an article from the Bleacher Report. WWE Superstar. Excuse me. WWE SmackDown New Year's Day. New Year's. I can't talk right now. You know what? I just took a shot of Everclear. And that's it. It didn't really do shit. Well, it did something. But I drank a shot of Everclear. And it melted some of the mucus down my throat. That's why I drink it. Because if I get I don't like spitting. Because sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't. I'll be hocking and spit. And it don't seem to come out. So I drink a little bit of Everclear. That seemed to burn all the mucus down the throat. Anyway, I'm looking at the Bleacher Report article by Mike Chiari. Cited. SmackDown Live held a taping Saturday at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh for New Year's Day edition of SmackDown, which will air Tuesday night. The episode features several notable moments, including the televised return of John Cena and a fatal 5-way match to determine the number one contender of Daniel Bryan's WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Here is a rundown results of Saturday's taping, courtesy of WrestlingInc.com, Mark Middleton. Alright, now, if you don't want to be spoiled, then sorry about your fucking luck, because they taped the show, and a lot of these people, including me, want to hear the spoilers, what's going to happen. Now, if it's some good spoilers, I may watch the show. If it's bad spoilers, I ain't going to watch that shit. I'll probably, play my video games. I'll probably play PS4. I beat Red Dead 2, so eventually I want to beat another game that I have in my library. Anyway, alright, so SmackDown spoiler results. New Day announces entry into the Royal Rumble match. Samoa Joe defeated Jeff Hardy by submission. Whoopee. Okay, let's do. Sonya Deville defeated Naomi. I got a thing about that. They had a little Twitter beef. Naomi said something that was kind of. I said she is boring and she's too wholesome. She's too wholesome. Her mic skills need work too. That's her not being on the mic as much to hone her craft on the mic. She can do it in the ring, but I want her to be good on the mic, because every time she opens her mouth when she speaks on a microphone, it's just, she needs work. And plus, I just said it before, she's too damn wholesome. You don't need to be wholesome in WWE. No, that's bad coffee right there. That's cold coffee with sugar and cream. It just don't taste good. I like my iced coffee though, but it's ice. It got ice in it. Not cold coffee with no ice. It used to be hot. Alright, now that's just how I feel about Naomi. They had a Twitter beef. Sonya Deville said she clapped back at Naomi. It was fire. I was like, oh shit, walking around like a big ass light bright or whatever. And the only finishing move you ever, I think she said on lines to Naomi that I have an arsenal of moves that I could defeat people, but you on the other hand can beat people with your ass. And plus. That was funny as shit. You beat people with your ass. That's the rear view finishing move, a maneuver that Naomi has. And then all of a sudden she says something about, at least I don't walk to the ring looking like a big ass light bright or whatever. Or like I don't know what the fuck. Oh, that was savage. Anyway, John Cena and Becky Lynch defeated Andrade Almas and Zelina Vega. I really want to. I want to watch that match. Just that match. I don't know. Let's keep it moving. AJ Styles defeated Randy Orton's Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, Mustafa Ali in the Fatal 5-Way to earn a title shot at WWE Champion Daniel Bryan at Royal Rumble. Okay. AJ Styles defeated. So AJ Styles is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. That's Daniel Bryan's opponent at the Royal Rumble. I don't know if he's going to win it or not, because it's been talk that Vince McMahon wants AJ Styles to be the new face of the company. Well, the new face of Raw. I don't know. And just have Daniel Bryan be the face of SmackDown. That makes sense. I don't know. But AJ Styles is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Since, they since they got rid of rematch clauses. Once you lose the title, you gotta go back in the line. I don't know, but this is their version of rectifying that. Yeah, it's not a rematch. You gotta fight for your spot now. You know what I'm saying? You're not automatically first in line if you lose the championship at a pay-per-view. You can get it again in the next pay-per-view. No, I think they are having people fight for their spot now, especially if you used to be the champion and you lose it. Okay. It says here, after nearly 3 months away from WWE programming because of the commitments in Hollywood, Cena returned at Saturday's taping and issued an open challenge. Becky Lynch answered and declared herself the man, which led to Andrade Almas and Zelina Vega interrupting. In a match few could have anticipated, Lynch made Vega tap out after throwing her own partner out of the ring. The main event pitted Styles, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, Mustafa Ali against his other than a fatal 5-Way to determine who will face Bryan at the Royal Rumble. Blah blah blah. Earlier in the night, Styles promised Vince McMahon he will see an aggressive version of the Phenomenal One after Styles punched McMahon the previous week. And here's...
What's your name? What's your name? My name? Where are you from? I want to know. Who are you? AJ Styles. The Phenomenal One. 2-time WWE champ. SmackDown Live. The house that AJ Styles built.
I was thinking about that. If this is the house AJ Styles built, why aren't you competing in your own house tonight? Why is Daniel Bryan competing in your house tonight? Why is he raising holy hell and you're back here walking up and down the hallway? I don't quite get that. See, he's the new Daniel Bryan. I want to know who the real AJ Styles is. Because whether you like it or not, we're a lot alike. You've got a black hole in your heart.
I know it. But there's an animal in there. That animal is begging to get out.
want to see it, AJ? Oh, shit. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it.
Have you heard that little soundbite from SmackDown? I think it was SmackDown. Vince McMahon was on that bitch, and he was trying to get some aggressiveness out of AJ Styles. AJ Styles was like, "That's a weak ass segment. I want to see it. I want to see that animal, AJ. See it. Get the animals out there." In the house that AJ Styles built. I can't do AJ Styles, but I can do Vince McMahon. If this is the house that AJ Styles built, why are you not competing? I am Vince McMahon. I can tell you where to compete, whatever. I just that little thing was like, it was bullshit, really. Yes, you know, Vince McMahon's trying to do a pep talk on AJ Styles and everything like that. And, that weak ass slap to the face Vince McMahon did on AJ to pump him up and shit. And AJ Styles hit him in his face, and he showed the shit out that punch Vince McMahon did. He showed his ass, but it was still a weak ass segment though. That's all I gotta say on the matter. Okay, so some video game news about the new PS5 and the next Xbox. The specs have purportedly been revealed by a WWG article cited by Liana Rupert. Alright? Though Sony and Microsoft did confirm that the PS5 and the next Xbox systems were currently in the works, we haven't heard anything more concrete about the next generation since then. We've had leaks, rumors, patent reveals, but nothing firmly from the companies themselves about what's to come. Luckily, analysis and devs just can't stop talking about it and revealing the small tidbits of info gathered around. Cradle Games technical director Marc-Andre Jutras recently sat down with the team over at Gaming Boat to discuss what's next. And I quote, "I don't think we will see 16 gigs of RAM. Most games don't use that much RAM anyway." He told the site, "I think the next generation will be between 8 to 12 probably. What you will see, however, is probably a good amount of cores. I wouldn't be surprised if the next gen was Ryzen 2600 or something like that. Because it's really stable, cheap, and has a good amount of cores." We also took a moment to talk about what he thinks will change with the new system, saying one thing that is going to change will be you will get a lot of more focus on VRAM, which is the big bottleneck right now if you want good 4K games, because 4K frame buffer takes a lot of space. Juice was added, so if you end up with a 4K buffer, you need 4 times the VRAM, so I think you won't see a shared RAM space next gen like you do with the PS4. I don't think you will see that because it's a big bottleneck. You will see more VRAM and support 4K and 5K and whatever else comes around. Just how much of that? I wouldn't be surprised if the PS5 had 8 gig of RAM and 8 gig of VRAM. It will definitely be interesting to see what's next for the new generation. One thing is for sure, we are going to be getting a lot of rumors before the big reveal, so keep your eyes peeled and your mind critical when looking at all the varied reports floating around. In other PS5 news, did you know what it might not be even called? Hold on, I gotta repeat that. Did you know that it might not be even called the PlayStation 5. According to Sony's Akira Yoshida, in an interview with the Financial Times, it looks like the PlayStation camp may be looking to put an Xbox with a unique name choice. What? It looks like the PlayStation camp may be looking to pull an Xbox with a unique name choice. Yoshida-san told the publication, "At this point, what I can say is it's necessary. Can't talk. To have a next generation hardware." He declined to comment on whether or not the rumored PlayStation 5 title would stick, or if they were going to go to the Xbox route and name it something out of left field. There was a leak earlier this year. The next PlayStation would be called Erebus. E-R-E-B-U-S. Through Sony was quick to shut that down. Still, with Xbox continuing to stay their own course when it comes to a generational naming, and Sony having certainly done quite a few of 180s in the recent weeks regarding their own business model. It is interesting to think about if that would affect something even as basic as their naming process. Though code names for consoles is absolutely nothing new, they're all fun to figure out. It's like a mini game to piece together all the puzzles together before the new generation comes out into the spotlight. From previous link, we also learned that Sony is considering backward compatibility for its next consoles, as well as some incredible fan-made concept art. You can learn even more about the next wave of platforms and potentially offer with our community hub. I'm reading that fucking article. Alright, so the next generation of consoles. I really don't want to think that far up, but I'm thinking since 4K, 5K is going to be big, they have to make a device that will fit with the 4K genre. More RAM, a better graphics card so to keep up, and a better processor. That's it. Your processor, your graphics card, and your RAM. And also plus the power supply so it can, can power that components effectively. Power supply, processing speed and power, and graphics. That's really is all about. Things like a new name, it should be in the back burner. Yes, you want to have a good name to market to some bits so you can get sales on it, but at the same time you should work on your hardware and your software, but mainly the hardware of what can make the PS5 design better than the Xbox. Because, it's a competitive landscape. And you need something that can pop. You need something that can tell Microsoft, oh shit, Sony is doing the business here. But that's all I can say right there. I read your article, then I gave you my 2 cents. We have reached the end of this climactic climax. This interesting podcast. I was talking about wrestling for the majority of this episode, but hey, I'm happy for you to listen. If you want to listen more, you can. I got lots of recordings on my Stitcher Radio page and also Apple iTunes. And I do have a YouTube channel where it's going to be a video format. Right now, it's not going to be me in front of the camera. I'll probably put some gameplay footage up there, then you can hear along. That seems to be the new format of my video podcast on my YouTube channel. But yeah, you can subscribe on there, like it, and follow my, or on here on Anchor, you can heart it. That's how you follow my broadcast. And also I'm on Stitcher, and I'm also on Apple Podcasts. There you go. My Apple Podcast is tied to my YouTube channel, so there you have it. Peace out, everybody. This is the XP Podcast.
Expendable potential.
XP Podcast.